Welcome. My name is Jennifer Williamson with Arizona State University's Master of Social Justice and Human Rights program. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about developing strategic timelines for grant proposals. So, today we're going to go over an overview of what a timeline is and why it's important. We're going to go over the key components of our timelines. So, what should we have in them? I'm going to show you a really cool example using steps and strategies to develop your own timeline. And then I'll be providing a student example for you guys to kind of look at and go from there. So, in winning grants step by step, the complete workbook for planning, developing, and writing successful proposals. Step 5 of that is developing strategies. So we're formulating a strategy to reach our goals and our objectives. We've already formulated our problem statement, our goals and objectives are set, and then this step, we can effectively outline what we plan to accomplish and when. Oftentimes, this may be called a work plan. So we're going to formulate a timeline of proposed activities and strategies that we need to accomplish so that way we can show our funders that we are going to accomplish the work needed to complete and gain our funding. Proposal timeline. So what is it? So a proposal timeline, it identifies milestones. So it's a strategic timeline that can identify key milestones within your proposal. It provides a structure. So you don't want to go throwing everything at the wall. This is going to provide you a structured environment to provide throughout your proposal process. It's one that you can follow and your funders can follow. And then it ensures your timelines are met. So it identifies your milestones, it provides you with a structure and an organization, and it ensures that your timelines are met. This is a sample worksheet that you can use from the Winning Grant Step-by-Step Complete Workbook that we've utilized throughout the class. It's just a sample version. We're going to go in deeper with this, but you can see in this one that there are tasks and then dates, and you can kind of mark off the dates as you go. Key components of a timeline. So what should you have in your timeline? You should have your tasks or activities that you're going to complete to reach your objective. They can be large scale or small scale. You should have key dates. So what dates are you going to accomplish those by? And then you should also show the person or parties that are going to be responsible for completing those tasks. Now I will show you how you can get there using the 2023 Eras Tour from Taylor Swift. The Eras Tour is a worldwide phenomenon arena tour featuring Taylor Swift singing all of her songs throughout her entire career, focused on each era of her albums. Each album is an era, and she's going to sing songs from each album and then present this whole era tour concept to her audience on stage. So we're going to use this and kind of provide an example as we go. So if you look here for the Eras Tour 2023 project plan, at the top I have the title. And then here at the below that, I have each era, and I also have the date that that era happened, all the way up until 2022, her Midnights era. On the left, I have both small scale and large scale tasks that were needed to get to where we are today with the Eras Tour. So we'll go through those. So I kind of, for this, the purpose of this project, I chose a different song from each era on the left, which was the task. And then I also put over here in the middle when those tasks were completed. I used a Excel spreadsheet to do this, super easy. And then on the right-hand side, I put who was assigned to complete those tasks. So for formulating the planning of the tour, which was a large-scale task, happened in the Midnights era. It began as that concept from the tour manager and, of course, Taylor Swift. We'll go down to writing the song Lover. Happened in, we marked it off in 2019, and it was assigned to Taylor Swift. Perform songs is how we're going to get to our end objective here of having our Eras Tour. Happened in our Midnights era, Taylor Swift. So this is just a really, fun example of how you can create a timeline to reach your end objective in a really thoughtful manner, and also keep it organized, and you can come back to it and assign tasks to each person. So that way it's not confusing for the funder or confusing for the project or anyone in the project as a whole. I wanted to take a second to highlight a really great example of a timeline. And this comes from student Emily Koo. And this is for her proposal for the Tacoma Rescue Mission Mental Health Connection Program. At the top, you can see that she's listed the dates. And it looks like she might have used a Word doc to do hers. So that's a little different from mine from the Excel spreadsheet. It looks like she formulated a table in a Word document or a Google Sheet, and she was able to create her own timeline. On the left-hand side, she has all of her activities listed, and those are all of her tasks that she wants to have to complete the project. And she has large and small scale. So, meeting with the outreach director, shadowing case managers in a one-on-one shelter for client meetings, training MHCs, the mental health coordinators. That is probably going to be more of a large scale tasks. She marks off when each task is going to be completed. And here, down here where she shadows the case managers, she has that throughout several areas of her timeline. So that's really cool because she is showing that this task is not going to happen in chunks. It's going to happen over time, and it's going to happen more than once. So that shows that she thought this out completely. On the right-hand side, we have the tasks assigned. So she has her lead case manager taking on some of the tasks, and then she has her HR team and her mental health coordinators taking on tasks as well. I really liked her project example. It was one that stood out to me whenever I was reading through each student's, and I thought that it was easy to read and to understand, and clearly stated that in order to carry out this proposed plan for the Tacoma Rescue Mission Health Mental Health Connection Program, she was going to complete each task, when, how, and who was going to do that. So, in conclusion, grant proposal timelines are a key component in developing strategies for winning grant proposal. They show funders how long tasks will take to complete the objectives. They clearly list large and small scale tasks. And most importantly, they show the funder the sustainability of your project over time, much like the Eras Tour by Taylor Swift. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing everyone else's projects.